You know, there's something about Baki Hanma that terrifies people, not because of his muscles or his monstrous punches, but because of the mindset behind them. Baki isn't strong because he trains hard. He's strong because he trains like a madman who refuses to be human. He doesn't just build muscle, he builds dominance. He doesn't just fight, he becomes the fight itself. And that's where most people fail. They think looking like Baki means doing a few push-ups, some pull-ups, and pretending they're motivated. But that's not how Baki was built. He was built through obsession, through pain, through a twisted sense of hunger that never lets him feel enough. You see, most people train to get fit. Baki trains to destroy weakness. There's a huge difference. When you go to the gym, you're trying to feel good. When Baki trains, he's trying to erase the version of himself that existed yesterday. Every punch, every rep, every brutal move is a declaration that he refuses to be ordinary. And that's what this video will do for you. I'm not going to give you a fitness plan. I'm going to show you a psychological transformation disguised as training. Because to train like Baki, you need to think like Baki. You need to rewire your brain from "I want to get stronger" to "I will become unbreakable." This isn't about abs or aesthetics. This is about turning your body into a weapon forged by self-discipline, pain, and a sick addiction to progress. You'll learn how to build explosive power with nothing but your body weight. You'll learn the mindset that makes every rep feel like life or death. And you'll understand how Baki's training isn't about muscle, it's about mind. So if you're ready to stop being normal, if you're ready to understand what true fighter conditioning really means, then listen closely, because by the end of this, you won't just know how Baki trains. You'll understand why he can never stop. Let's begin. 1. The foundation of Baki's training, the mind-first principle. Before a single punch, before a single rep, Baki trains his mind. Most people chase results. Baki chases the mindset that creates results. When he trains, he's not thinking about getting stronger. He's thinking about becoming something that can't be broken. He doesn't lift to look good. He lifts to erase weakness. Every rep is a rebellion against fragility. That's what you need to understand. Baki's training isn't physical first. It's psychological warfare against his own limits. When you start your workout, don't jump in casually. Close your eyes. Breathe. Visualize the pain you're about to endure. Feel the burn before it even starts. Then whisper to yourself, "I'm not stopping." That tiny moment of defiance is where the transformation begins, because the truth is, your mind will quit long before your body ever does. And that's why 99% of people never evolve. But Baki, he doesn't allow the mind to lead. He uses pain as a compass. The moment it hurts, he knows he's in the right direction. If you can learn to love that, the pain, the pressure, the silence that comes before failure, you're already halfway to becoming unstoppable. 2. Bodyweight brutality, turning simplicity into suffering. Baki doesn't rely on fancy gyms or machines. His body is the machine. Push-ups, pull-ups, squats, those are his weapons. But here's the difference. Most people do these to exercise. Baki does them to transform. He makes every rep a form of punishment, a statement that says, "I can handle more than yesterday." When he does push-ups, he doesn't count. He doesn't even think about stopping. He pushes until the arms tremble, the chest screams, and the brain begs for mercy. And that's where he begins. Pull-ups? Each one is a fight against gravity, done with controlled violence. Hanging, straining, pulling not just his body, but his will upward. And squats? Those aren't leg exercises. They're ego killers. Baki squats until his legs go numb, until his breath shortens, until he feels like collapsing. And he keeps going anyway. That's what bodyweight training really is. Not a routine, but a declaration. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when your body disobeys you, because that's when real strength is born. 3. Baki's explosive core, the source of his power. If you've ever wondered why Baki's punches feel like explosions, it's because his core isn't just strong, it's weaponized. Every move, every strike, every dodge originates from his midsection. His core isn't about having abs, it's about control, torque, and rage turned into motion. When Baki trains his core, he's not just sculpting muscle, he's training for impact. Think of his movements as violent expressions of discipline. He twists his torso like a spring, generating force from every angle. He holds positions until his abs feel like they're tearing apart. That's what makes him dangerous. His body doesn't just move, it reacts. To train like that, stop doing mindless crunches. Instead, move with intent. Every twist, every hold, every pulse. Do it like you're trying to break your limits from the inside out. When your stomach feels like fire, that's not weakness. That's the sound of transformation. 4. Combat conditioning. The chaos factor. Baki never trains in peace. He trains in chaos. His father, Baki Hanma, believed in pushing beyond reason, and that philosophy burned into Baki's DNA. He mixes balance, agility, and unpredictability into every move, because life doesn't attack you in a pattern. He does shadow fights in the dark. He runs with resistance bands tied to trees. He spars against multiple opponents at once. Why? Because comfort creates softness, and Baki's greatest fear is becoming soft. To train like him, add chaos to your workouts. Don't repeat the same comfortable routine. Change speed. Change rhythm. Do push-ups after sprinting. Do squats after shadow boxing. Keep your body guessing and your mind in panic mode, because real strength is born in disorder. When everything in your body screams, "Stop," and you push anyway, you're not training anymore. You're transforming. 5. The final layer. Baki's philosophy of suffering. Here's what truly separates Baki from everyone else. He doesn't run from pain. He hunts it. Every ache, every exhaustion, every collapse is proof that he's still human, and that he's killing that humanity bit by bit. He doesn't crave comfort. He craves the edge. That razor-thin line between control and chaos, between power and collapse. That's where his evolution happens. To fight like Baki, you need to stop chasing easy wins. Stop worshiping motivation. Start respecting pain. Because in his world, the ones who endure the longest always win. And once you understand that, once you feel that shift where pain becomes pleasure and effort becomes identity, you'll realize something terrifying. You're not training to become Baki. You're training to become something even he would fear. So now, let me ask you something serious. Are you really ready to train like Baki? Or do you just like the idea of it? Because here's the truth. Most people love the fantasy of being strong. But the moment pain shows up, they run back to comfort. They say they want Baki's strength, but they can't even survive his warm-up. And that's what separates legends from spectators. Training like Baki isn't about a workout routine. It's about rewiring your soul. It's about building a body that laughs at exhaustion and a mind that never begs for mercy. And the moment you start seeing pain not as suffering, but as proof that you're becoming dangerous, that's when you'll finally understand what Baki training really means. So tell me in the comments, do you think you could survive even a single day of Baki's training? Be honest. No pretending. Would you endure the suffering, or would your comfort win again? Because somewhere out there, someone's already started. And while you're thinking about it, they're becoming unstoppable. Now the question is, which one are you?